All right. Hey, welcome to Best Man Seminars. This is an introduction to this video is an introduction to a taste of the Best Man Seminars. My name is Greg Dixon. I'm one of the facilitators, and my colleague and partner Jim Taylor is here as well. Say hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim. So in planning this series, one of the things we realized is you probably want to get a sense of what the series is all about. And we created something we call a taste of the Best Man Seminar series. So I'm going to let Jim give you a bit of an overview as to how where this idea comes from, and then I'll share my experience with it. Go ahead, Jim.
Well, Best Man works on the principle of appreciative inquiry, which is a focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. And I was using appreciative inquiry before I'd even heard of it with an exercise called Ain't It Awful What I Really Want. As a consultant, I'd sometimes been hired to help groups resolve their internal conflicts. And I found that this exercise has produced really great results every time I've used it. So as we were working together, we discovered that the same exercise can help individuals shift from a problem focus to a focus on what it is that they really want in their lives. And Greg had really quite a powerful experience using the exercise. So tell him about it, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, the thing that I find really powerful about this exercise is, I had a natural resistance to this whole idea of ain't it awful and what do you really want? What the heck does that got to do with anything, in terms of ain't it awful? But the reality was, the more I thought about it, is that the whole ain't it awful are these stories that I was telling myself, the stories we tell ourselves around the things that are going on in our lives. And so I was just I was struggling, and I was frustrated, and I was angry, and I was confused. And Jim and I were kind of talking about working through. We were planning the seminar workshop, and Jim said, "Well, I have this thing, and it's worked really well." And Jim told me the story about this group facilitation that he did and how transformative it was. As I was hearing him describe it, I thought, I could probably use that because this is something maybe we might want to explore. So we were packing up and leaving, and Jim says, "Well, how about it's on my website and he says, "Well, how about I print one off for you?" And so he printed it off, stuck it in my hand, I stuck it in my bag, and I went home. And I get home, and I take it. I'm packing my bag. I put it on the desk. Think, I'll do that before we get together again next week. Then I was sitting there that evening, and I was back into the story. I was back into telling myself this story, going through all this awful crap. I thought, maybe I'll take a look at it. So I pull it out and I take a look at it, and I follow his very clear, concise instructions about do this part before you do, just do this part before you go anywhere else. And so I sat down, and the first part of it is to write out the story, to write out in all the detail. Jim said, what are all the things that are awful in your life? And just write it out in all the nitty gritty detail, because you're the only one that's going to be seeing this. Write it all out. So it was a challenge to do, but I gave myself permission to do it. I wrote it out, wrote a few, set it aside, wrote some more, set it aside. And I'm not going to tell you what the next step is, because that would be kind of like spoiling the reveal. And Jim's going to. But the reality is, Jim's going to tell us more about that, but the reality is, when I did the complete exercise, I got this glimpse of how I wanted to live, an absolute crystal clear experience of what I really want. And ever since then, I've been living according to that, and it's really changed my outlook. It's changed the way I feel, and it's changed the way I interact with people. And I don't know, what was your observation of that, Jim?
Well, it was really quite striking, Greg. On the day when I gave you the exercise, you were in a bit of a funk. You were not in a very good space. And a week later, when you came back after having done the exercise, it was just amazing, the transformation that had taken place. You were energetic again, you had enthusiasm, and you were, you saw the value of the exercise, and you were willing to move forward with gusto and enthusiasm.
Yeah, because I had some doubts about what we were doing, even in the workshop. I had my doubts because I didn't feel ready to move forward because I had so much, I felt like I was carrying around all this baggage. And what this exercise did, it helped me clear the baggage, and here we are today.
Yes, here we are. So we would like to invite you, if you would like a taste of Best Man Seminars, to go to our website, www.bestmanseminars.com, and scroll down to the Get a Taste section. And click on the link there and do the exercise as it's prescribed. And please do not look ahead in the document when you get started. Go through it one page at a time. Otherwise, you won't get the value from it that you will get if you do it one page at a time.
Absolutely. And I just want to say that as well, just to reiterate what Jim is saying, it really is sequential. It has some good design out. I mean, it's been well thought through. And if you follow this exercise step by step, you're going to find, you're going to get a real taste of the experience. Because what this is an indicator, a taste of what we're going to be doing. So the Best Man Seminar, this series of workshops, is a chance. There's going to be a little bit of presentations from us. It's going to be pen and paper exercises, much like this one, that you have the opportunity to experience, and as well group conversation, as well as some perhaps other work. But one of the things we need to probably start about is you're probably wondering, when is this? Well, as far as the schedule and the start date for the series, we've chosen a specific design. The design it's designed for 12 participants, 12 men. And the reason for that is so we can work in groups of 2, 3, 4, or 6, and as a group in a circle. Now, as far as the schedule, we'll schedule our first meeting once we have 12 men enrolled. And then what we'll do is in that meeting, we're going to set the schedule series so that everyone can make the session. Now, what that means is that as a group, every person is going to have the opportunity to speak to when they need the workshop to be. In other words, everybody has a veto. And it's amazing. I've done hundreds of workshops this way. It works really well. And because our goal is to, I mean, one of the challenges with our busy lives, we've got a lot going on. Everybody's schedule is different. And we know that you want to participate in this. You're going to want to make every session, because each session, although each session is self-contained work, one builds on the other. Would you agree, Jim?
Yes, absolutely. And you will get a taste of the whole Best Man process and what appreciative inquiry feels like when you do the Ain't It Awful What I Really Want exercise. And if you find value in it like Greg did, we're sure that you're going to find real value in the whole Best Man series.
Yeah, and feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions or you'd like more information. Reach out to us. Because this really is a journey. This has been designed to take place over a period of time, and we look forward to traveling this journey with you as you discover your own best man. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Jim.
All right. We'll see you.
You betcha.